Welcome back to Vaguely Adults. You got one of your hosts, Sarana here, and
Sherley, hello.
And we've hit double digits for the first time since we started trying to do this since 2018. And we've got so many things planned, and it's gonna be fantastic. And I'm obviously lying to you because of who we are as people. So, as we are, we've planned nothing for this kind of milestone episode. We decided that it's just gonna be a good old catch-up. How you been? Which, yes, I have stolen that from Grace Helbig and Memory Heart because they're doing a limited edition series on their podcast called How You Been. So without further ado, how you been?
I feel like there should be some, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes.
It's fine. Someone somewhere will know the reference.
Okay, cool. I've been hectic. I'm actually eating lunch. I was just talking to Saran about that. I'm actually eating food for lunch, which is a really big deal for me because I don't consume a lot, and it's this ongoing thing. Now apparently it's extended into other friends. We got Russ, right? Joe. Now it's an ongoing thing. Shirley doesn't eat. All she does is have iced coffee. But I'm actually eating food, so boom.
Congrats.
But today it's been hectic. It's not been a very me day. I forgot my work keys, and I was already at the train coming to work, making it on time, and then I realized I forgot my work keys. So naturally, I had to run back in the freezing weather, and I was sweating. You heard that stutter? Not cute, but yeah, I was sweating like crazy, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna pass out. I didn't, thank God. I still got to work, and I only got to work 7 minutes late, so props, right? These little legs, they be moving fast when they want to.
Tiny but very mighty. It's ridiculous because we've had literally all the seasons in the past 4 days, and I'm not with it. My bones, when I tell you, they hurt because of how quickly the weather is fluctuating. I know that's a me problem, but oof. These joints, man.
I just need you to know that I associate you and my mom now. So, the other day, yesterday, my mom woke up and she was like, wow, my knees are killing me. And I'm like, yeah, it's the weather. Sarana's legs probably hurt too. And she's just like, what? And I'm like, watch. And then I wrote, and then you messed up your ankle.
Yeah, so I had an accident. So let's start from the beginning. Last Sunday, the first week of March, we got a new truck. It's great, clap, clap, way too much money. It's all a scam. But super excited, the week went by. Now we had the weekend again. We went out, did some errands and whatnot, and we'd just gotten home and parked. And I was getting out of the truck, and it was windy yesterday. I'm telling you, it was insane. Cars that were parked on the street were wobbling side to side. So I'm getting out of the truck, and the wind literally moves me whilst in the air, and I land bad on my ankle, and I feel it roll. I felt the bones crack, and I was like, oh no. Yeah, and so you can't see it for those who are only listening, but I just quickly flashed you my bandaged up ankle. It hurts so much. I'd forgotten how much you need your foot to do regular human things, and I'm very privileged to be a very able-bodied person. So I'm just tired. I also spent the morning building IKEA furniture, so really put my leg to rest properly. Not.
Just what was it yesterday? We weren't talking about it. I tweeted it because of who I am as a human, about how being an adult has its pros and cons, right? Con, I have to work for a living now. Pro, nobody stopped me from buying Fruity Pebbles coffee creamer. And it was the best decision I made in all week. I'm not going to say my life all week. It was the best decision I had made because it slapped. I had a cup of coffee yesterday before going to bed. I'm immune to the caffeine by now, so honestly it put me to bed like a baby. I napped so well after that. But yeah, being an adult, who would have thought that it had pros, Yeah. I mean, I still would rather be a child, but we take what we can get.
Yeah, no, I anticipated just going to IKEA yesterday to look, because I need a media unit to organize my stuff and whatnot, because I just have a pile of stuff that it's hard to find anything. So I was like, yo, we're not doing anything. It's just an errand day anyway. Might as well. Walked into IKEA. did the whole zigzag run around situation, get to the like media unit section. I'm like, I took the measurements, but I didn't take the depth of measurement because it has to fit inside of another closet.
Yeah.
And my dad just kind of looked at me like, you didn't take the depth, you did everything else. And I was like, I messed up, right? Missed out one thing, but it's fine because like it's about the length of my arm. We can just like, you know.
That's how I actually measure things at IKEA. Like, I just want to throw that out there because I'm gonna forget. That's how I measure things. When I'm at home, I was like, all right, I need a new dresser. It's about 1.5 arms long, and then I go to IKEA, and that's exactly what I do. I just measure by how long my arms are. So, all right, continue.
Yeah, no, thanks. That really validates me. But like, I'm very precise. Like, I measured in both centimeters and inches just to be safe. Because, you know, sometimes, I'm just going to say it, centimeters is the better way to do it because it's more precise and, you know, it makes sense. When will America catch up? Anyway, so we get it, and it's so heavy. It came in 2 boxes, and I had to sign a waiver for it for some odd reason. Like, you know, we took the little number that was on it and went to pick it up. And the person, like, there was, like, CSI tape all over the place. And they're like, you can't enter until you sign these waivers. And I was just there, like, IKEA, what's up? Like, who sued you for, like, having something, like, fall on a kid or something? Because it was intense. They got, like, my full name, my email address, like, date of birth. And I was like, why do you... The last bit?
What IKEA did you go to? The one in Brooklyn?
Yeah, the one in, like, Red Hook, I think, on Beard Street.
Oh, yeah, the one right by work.
Yeah. Well, it's not remotely close, but yeah, it's also 40 minutes from me, so relatively.
Alright, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, to me, because, like, I live an hour and change away from work and an hour and change away from IKEA, so I'm like, 20-minute drive.
Easy, yeah.
Quick.
I feel like the universe just didn't want me to go outside yesterday, because we also were picking up groceries. You know, it's a harmless task. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden I get hit in the head with an aluminum tin that just flew out of nowhere. I swear, no one knew where it came from. Because the building that we went to, like, we went to BJ, so it's, like, wholesale, and it's a massive, massive building. So, like, this thing flew out of literal thin air and just bonked me on the head. And it wasn't until I came home last night that I was like, hold on. It's March 14th. It is Pi Day. I got hit in the head with a pie tin on Pi Day.
I had no idea it was Pi Day until you told me it was Pi Day, because time is all a blur for me at this point. Like, I woke up this morning and I was like, yes, it's Tuesday. It is not Tuesday. It is, in fact, Monday.
Alright, but also, I also woke up thinking it was Tuesday. Don't know why. It was just a feeling.
Friday felt like a Sunday. And I was just like, I'm like, what is up with that? Because, well, usually, okay, so I see my father on Sundays. We usually go out to have, like, dinner with the family kind of thing, blah, blah, blah. Very, like, hippie of us. But Friday, he came over because I had an appointment, and he, like, came with me. And so he was over, like, for half the day on Friday, and we, like, got home afterwards, like, watched TV, ate, and it was really weird. By the way, had Hawaiian food. A new spot opened up by my house. Slaps. I got, like, this, like, barbecue pork with garlic rice and then California rolls on the side. So I do consume food. But slap. Like, it was so good. Even and it was my dad's first time having sushi. He is like 49 and this man has never had sushi in his life. When we went to the Hawaiian place, I was like, hey dad, what do you want to eat? He was like, well, I don't know, I've never eaten Hawaiian food. And I was like, yeah, me neither, just pick something off the menu. Like, you know, what's the worst that can happen? We don't like it. And so I was like, do you want sushi? Because my mom is a lover of sushi. So my brain just went, my dad must like sushi as well. Or at least have had it before. And he's like, you know, I've never had sushi. Yeah, order me like whatever you usually get. So I'm like, all right, let's get you some California rolls. It's like the most basic of basic sushi. And we got it for him. And we got home and he tried it. And my mom was like, you're not going to like it. You're not going to like it. And he was like, nah, it looks good. Shirley eats it and she's picky. And I was like, all right, offended. And then he had it. He like dipped it in the soy sauce and he ate it. And the face he made was priceless. Like, have you ever seen a child chew like on a lemon and they just make a face? That was his face the entire time he was chewing it. And my mom is just dying of laughter. I'm looking at him and I'm like, you don't have to eat it. It's fine. Let's just share this like pork barbecue bowl. And he was just like, how do you eat that? Like, I don't know. No. And it was hilarious. And my sister had gone out. So she came home and I told her, she was like, I missed it. I missed Dad eating sushi for the first time. And I was like, it was a sight to behold. So Friday felt like Sunday because he was over and it was weird. I don't know how I went on this tangent, but here we are.
It's fine. I mean, everything's just relative. We're in month 976 of, the Patricia. There's only so much that we can do. It's wild. I was really thinking about it the other day that I haven't been on set in a literal year. Like yesterday marked exactly 1 year since I started on a new Warner Brothers show, and that was my first and last day working for Warner Brothers.
I was looking back and I'm like, it's been 1 year since my company had closed down and gave us 2 weeks off because of the rise in cases. And it turned into a month, which turned into 4 months, which turned into... No, I think it stopped at 4 months because we went back to work in July. March, what's that? April, May, June, July. Yeah, we were off for 4 months, which nobody expected, and it was wild. I remember telling my coworker who had bought flights for Vegas for her birthday, and she was like, do you think I should cancel it? Like, we're getting these 2 weeks off kind of thing. Like, clearly it's serious. And I remember looking her dead in the eye and being like, why would you cancel it? This is gonna blow over in like a week. They're gonna regret giving us 2 weeks off because they're gonna be like, oh, we blew it out of proportion. Anyway, fast track 1 year later, the numbers aren't any better, but I'm back to work like normal. People are indoor dining like normal. Nobody wants to wear masks again, and it's a time,
Yeah, we're heading back into spring, and like we're driving by some outdoor restaurants, but they're basically buildings now because of how much they've built it out, and people were literally sat like shoulder to shoulder. I still do not understand why people thought that this was a good idea. It was fine when it was literally like open air spaces, but that's also still disgusting because it's on the road and the roads are nasty, and cars like driving by are just kicking up a bunch of dust and germs. And listen,
and
I will take my food and I will eat it at home, or I will eat it in the car. I haven't gone to a restaurant in more than a year and some.
That is how I lived the last year of my life. Like, and it used to really peeve my mom that I'm uncomfortable eating in restaurants. But yesterday I actually went. So, a little bit of a hypocrite. I did go yesterday to eat in a restaurant. But I will say, it's a huge restaurant. Obviously, they're running at like 50% capacity. It was also in New Jersey. So, like, their rules are different. But the restaurant is really big. So, they like have their seats. Like how they have like the really one long booth. But every like table in between is like unoccupied. Like, you're not allowed to occupy it so that there's plenty of distance between you and the next person over, which I really appreciate. And like, it still made me... And the only reason I went was because my sister really wanted to go eat crab. It was Little Buddha, the restaurant, slaps. Had their 5-spice chicken, rice, slaps. And it was really nice, but it was really clean. They seemed a little understaffed, I'm not gonna lie. And I understand not wanting to bring back a lot of people, but if you're gonna have that many customers, like, they definitely could have used a little bit of help. So I'm here like doing my best to try to make their jobs easier, because I know how stressed I get at work when there's too many people. I'm like yelling at my dad, like, keep your mask on, like, she's coming over here, like, you better put it back on. He's like, but I'm in the middle of like eating. I'm like, all right, but until she leaves, put it back on. And he's just like, okay. But it was a time. It was nice. The food was good. The ambient was good. The waitress was really nice. She looked a little flustered, so we tried our best to be, like, good customers. But it was nice. I will not be going back to eat inside a restaurant for a while, but it was nice to have that experience for the first time in like a year.
Yeah, no, I definitely miss it. Like, I think one of the biggest things that I miss is just being able to spontaneously like hit you guys up and be like, oh, you're free, like, let's go hang out.
Yeah,
like, let's go to K-Town, or whatever.
Olive Chicken, shout out, sponsor us. But like,
yeah, please, we love you, Olive Chicken. If we ever get big enough, we would love a sponsorship. We're just manifesting this.
We were there, like every other weekend eating?
Yeah. January and the first week of February of 2020, we were on it.
That and Grace Street also.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shaved ice. Any shaved ice company, you want to sponsor us? We love ice. If it's shaved, even better. Yeah, I can go on about, like, nostalgic things. I think what the pandemic did was condense our lifetime of how we process nostalgia and just, like, super catapulted us into this kind of weird mindset of everything's nostalgic. Time is completely relative, and suddenly I miss when I was 5 years old, you know?
Yeah. It's really catapulted us into some weird memories, like some weird, before it's like, dang, I miss when we, like, last week when we blah blah blah. It turned into, I miss one last month, I miss one last year, and suddenly I'm craving, like, to be 12 years old again.
Yeah, it's not like we're ever gonna get that experience back, but, you know, we can try. Maybe one day when Disney World opens back up, which I've never been, but still really want to go.
Have been, want to go, have many issues with that. It's becoming even more elitist than it was before. But that is not the topic for today. I will rant about that at a different time.
I saw those headlines. That was just like, big yikes. But I think I've been big yikes to almost every news headline that's been coming out. So
yeah, that's for sure.
Just gotta say, billionaires should not exist. That's the bottom line.
Eat the rich.
Yep.
I stand by that. I will 100%. Go full cannibal on Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Will taste probably kind of gamey. I'm cool with it. It's fine. I love beef jerky. It's cool.
I will man the barbecue. Don't really feel the meat situation, but 100%. We got that Cajun seasoning. We got that Caribbean spice. We got that, like, you know, Mexican horchata on the side. It's gonna be good.
It'll be a time.
Anyways, that being said, hope you guys have enjoyed this mess of an episode. Maybe you expected more, maybe you expected nothing at all, considering who we are as individuals, but 10 episodes in, kind of wild. No plans to stop anytime soon, so hope you guys are staying safe, hope you're staying well. Remember to check us out on all the podcasting sites, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, rate, favorite us, whatever you do on those platforms, and we will catch you guys next time. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Things are just vaguely adult.